MMAmania.com, written by a guy named Jesse Holland. Now, for those first-time listeners, are you wondering why I picked something other than ESPN? My hope is Jesse Holland didn't read his work before he submitted it, and therefore makes the article a little bit funnier. All right, what does boxing pay-per-view PPV market look like without Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Question mark. Some promoters were unwilling to stick around to find out, which is why a couple of the sport's top name, like Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez, signed streaming deals with DAZN, period. Heck, HBO closed up shop altogether. But it appears there is still some juice still left to squeeze from the stateside market. That's according to the early estimate of the Deontay Wilder-Tyson Fury event last weekend in Los Angeles, tracking at 300 to 400,000 stateside buys. The heavyweight title fight is being hailed as a financial success. The break-even point was 250,000, according to Mike Coppinger, and that's before factoring in the overseas buys. Keep in mind, nobody quite knew what to expect in the return of the Gypsy King, and who could have predicted such a wild, entertaining fight? There you go, Andrew. It was actually not a horrible.
No, you read that good. Now, what did he say the numbers were?
Mike Coppinger has nothing. There's nobody with. They're saying between 300 and 400. I mean, This all came out yesterday. That's all what they're looking at currently. Hold on. Deontay Wilder pay-per-view numbers. Let's see what the latest is as of today. Shall we? We are now officially north of 320,000. I think the funniest thing about this fight so far is the MMA sites actually have to talk about this fight. It's that mainstream.
So let's give it.
So we're currently. Mike Coppinger actually sent it out today. 2 days. Yeah, actually yesterday. It's looking like the number will come in a little bit north of 320,000. Andrew.
320,000. So you times that by $75, and you come up with $24 million on pay-per-view.
Just U.S.
Just U.S. Yes, sir. Now, if you have to divide that, correct? Because 10. How does it go?
No, $50 of the $75 goes to pay-per-view. Like it's some crazy amount of money.
No. It's like 10% off the top is gone. That gets wiped away going to pay-per-view. Then you split, or 20%, and then 40-40 goes to the two parties, right?
Right.
So if you're looking at 40% of 24 million, you are starting to fall in the red. And what I mean by that, Lee, is it took $18 million to get these two fighters in the ring. Do you understand how the math is not? So for everyone who's sitting out there going, oh, man, 300,000 buys, what a great debut. Not when they debut costed you $18 million to get it in the ring. That's not a good debut. You see, another thing they're trying to twist up here in the negotiating for Anthony or the rematch for Tyson Fury is they keep bringing up numbers of Mayweather versus Gotti, Eric Morales versus fucking Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Murray. Hold on. These guys are heavyweights. Why aren't we looking at heavyweight numbers, Lee? Why aren't we looking at what
we're
going to
compare? We'll compare them always to Mayweather. We'll compare them to Pacquiao.
We'll compare them to featherweights.
You know, it's that time of the year for Oscar De La Schlubby to come out of his foxhole.
Let me tell you,
talk about all of his great fights and how much he's made in the past.
Let me tell you, when Mike Tyson, Evander, Riddick, when any of these guys fought, they had millions. When they fought on HBO, there would be 13 million TVs tuning in. We had 1.5 million. Wow, we did so great. Oh, we had 300,000. Let's fucking pop champagne. No. These guys used to do $1 million buys when black boxes were out and about everywhere. Now, I'm going to point to something else. Do you see that they're saying online 10 million people stream this fight? 10 million. This is why Showtime and HBO are going away. This is why 300,000. We're happy about 300,000. You had 10 million people on your computer. They're going to go away. Bob ain't lying when he says Showtime's going to get sold out of this. Al Heyman, if he's smart, he's got to look at the streaming numbers and go, yeah, I think I want to get a little bit more into the streaming part of this. And I'm not talking about your Showtime app.
Hey.
What?
I want to get more into the streaming.
Yeah, no doubt. No, Lee, 10 million? 10 million people watch this
here's
thing?
the downside to it, and I don't know when it's going to happen to Top Rank or DAZN, the DAZN partners. It's really hard to crank out a lot of content. Boxing is not like pro wrestling, right? So people get sick, people get hurt, your cards get screwed up, your numbers get hurt, people drop off. With the WWE, the way they do it, they've already got tons of events planned. Like, they're running 5 days a week. So creating content for their pay-per-view source, for their monthly source, is not hard. And if they don't think that they have enough content for their streaming channel, they just take like a Sunday house show and just give it away for free. That's not the same in boxing. Bob's literally, since this has started, had to put on a fairly, I'm not going to say a high-level card. Let's be fair. He's had to put on about a C-level card every Saturday night, right? That's the bare minimum of what he's had to get away with. He's gotten some serious home runs out of some unlikely fights, right? Like that middleweight fiasco.
What they are giving us, though, Lee, is it's worth it. The DAZN and ESPN app right now, I mean, look
look, between the two of them, if you're buying them, you're spending, $20-$30 a month, and you're getting all the fights. You're no longer paying one fight per month at $75 a clip. That's what we were
I think
before.
it's only, wait a minute, isn't the ESPN app only $5?
Yeah, it's
correct?
$5, and DAZN's what, $10?
10, yeah.
15. Yeah, this was my logic when I signed up for the WWE. If I was buying one pay-per-view per month, right, and they were rapidly starting to get up into the $40, $50 price range, I don't know what they're charging right now anymore. Let's just say that they're $20 to $50 depending on your service. And I'm paying $9.99 per month, and I get all the wrestling that I can mentally handle. That's a deal, dude. That's literally a deal. You had me at hello. You can take my $10 every month.
Yeah. No, I'm dead. Yes, I totally agree.
ESPN's the same way. When I'm standing in line, this happened. I was at Knott's Berry Farm with my daughter, right? I'm waiting in line to go on a ride that was a day and a half long, right? Just whip out the old ESPN app and dial up some on-demand boxing to watch. It's a no-brainer. It's literally a no-brainer. There are 3 or 4 apps from my phone that are streaming content that I would literally say are almost invaluable. And the latest one is the one by the DC Universe. Warner Brothers has figured out, hey, we can't compete with Marvel movies. We fucked up. We lost. Yeah, you're right. You did. I saw the Justice League. So did everybody else. You fucked up.
Right.
All right? You came kind of close on Batman, but you lost that director because he wants too much money. All right. I got it. You fucked everything else up. All right? So DC was smart, and they went online, and they created a streaming app, right, for their product. It's nothing. It's like $5 a month. It's all the comic book content I can eat. They're creating all the cartoons, all the shit they did before that was on TV. They pulled it, and now they're putting it on their app. You had me at hello now. You got me. So you're not going to Netflix, and you're not creating Netflix DC Universe. You're just going to put it on this app. Okay, you got me. As long as you keep putting it out, you got me. That's it. That's how you do it. You build your audience, and you keep doing it. And pretty much if you get to the game is you get to 1 million people paying you $5 to $10 a month. Let me explain how much $5 to $10 million per month. Clean.
Well, we already know. Look at DAZN.
Oh my God! As a clean revenue stream, that's ridiculous.
They got $500 million a month that comes in, Lee.
Yeah,
DAZN Sports right now. That's why they signed the biggest ticket sellers in AJ and Canelo. You know, this is how they did it. And now they're saying Triple G is supposed to announce his signing here in a few days. They said he won't go to 2019 without announcing who he's going to work with. Now, right. I heard he met with PBC this weekend out there in LA. I think that's more of a bargaining situation than him actually being serious about the PBC. I just do not think – I don't see Triple G fitting into the PBC, right? You think if he was going to go anywhere, it's going to be Dazin. Dazin's already from that side of the pond. They have a bunch of middleweights already. They got Boo Boo Andrade, Daniel Jacobs, Billy Joe Sanders. They've got options. Canelo, the rematch, Smith, the guy Canelo's fighting. Who's the one that he's fighting? I just forgot his name. Shit, tall dude. Who the hell's Canelo fighting in 2 weeks, Lee?
Oh, yeah, Rocky.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, right. There you go, Rocky Fielding. Yes, sir.
Yeah, off the top of my head, by the way.
That's sad on my part. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's really bad, but I didn't know his last name, bro.
But you hear me. They've got middleweights for this kid or this man already. I don't see him going to PBC. But yeah, and then going back to the Wilder, get this going back there. 300,000 pay-per-view buys sounds good, you guys, until you look at what it costs to get both fighters in the ring. I guarantee you, the list that they're putting out, Juan Manuel Marquez and Eric Morales did not make $18 million that night. Floyd Mayweather and Arturo Gatti did not make $18 million that night. So you got to look at what they invested to get that.
No, I literally believe that there's, when you're looking at ESPN or DAZN, and I'm looking at DAZN and the amount of ridiculous amounts of money that they're making doing this. Yep. So just to put it into perspective, this is in pounds. I'm not getting out my calculator from the past show. Their revenue in 2013 for sports content, non-boxing, was 208 million pounds in 2013.
Yeah.
Their operating expenses that's their revenue. Their operating income was another 11 million. Their net income wound up being 4 million per year, and that's in 2013. That's insane.
Yeah, that's limited sports. Now they have everything.
They've got everything.
They've got everything on their app now. It's crazy how you wouldn't even think like the NFL and stuff would want to buy into this. They have.
No, but you create your own look. I get the whole NFL ticket, and NFL's had to struggle. So what they did was they went to the cable providers and offered, like Red Zone, or you can go online and pay $8 and get all the football games the next day. I mean, everybody's trying to get into it, and they're all doing it wrong. But the ones that are smart, DAZN, ESPN, DC, the ones that I know about, right, are all following that exact same model that the WWE made the risk. And the WWE wasn't the first. The first one who did it correctly was actually Major League Baseball, where you can just go onto their app and hit a game on demand after it's been up. Like the entire season's there, you want to go see a single game, plus in real time all the other games. Yeah, that's how it should be if I'm a baseball fan. I should be able to nerd out and get so much content from Major League Baseball on an app, and have me pay, $5-10 a month. I'm in. You'd have me at hello if I was a baseball fan. They don't have that for the NFL. I don't know why. And here's why. They pay so much in NFL contracts for regular television. I mean, HBO going away was the best thing that ever happened to boxing. We needed a platform for all of these fights. What I was trying to think about while you were saying all that was, what are the semantics of putting on a mid-level Vasyl Lomachenko fight? Like, what's the cost for a 10-fight card in the small theater at Madison Square Garden? And where does it, where's the money? What makes sense? So you get paid X amount of dollars by ESPN, or they're just putting up your content. I don't know which. You have sponsors that offset the costs, certainly, that cover the purses. So let's say that at the very minimum, Bob's averaging out per fight per week for his company $1 million. I'm sure it's more. I'm
Right.
sure it's more. But let's
Right.
just use a number like $1 million a week going to them.